reignite the team. We're preparing for a relaunch, and we thought, you know what? Let's bring the boss on. And I think it's perfect timing. So I want to give you an introduction. We're outside, so the love bugs here in Florida are invading our space. So I wanted to introduce you guys to Lindsey Curry as if she needs an introduction, but she is Liv's top platinum leader. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a self-made 7-figure earner, an entrepreneur. She's freaking awesome. She's Cardi B's #1 fan. So of course I had some Cardi B playing for you. I hope you got your dance on. And she brings decades of lessons learned that's going to make you, it's going to bring back that fire in the belly that you guys all have to really ignite that fire within. And we're super excited to have her. She is going to train you on creating your reality. And if you haven't been following Lindsey, please make sure at the end of the call you follow her. She's super awesome, very, very humble, and definitely motivates me and any mom bosses, girl bosses, boss babes, men, of course. But she's an author, you guys. She just wrote a really booty book called Holy Shift. So we'll talk about that. I'm sure she'll talk about that for a little bit, but super awesome. It's at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can totally get it. I'm super excited to have you, Lindsey. So thank you for being a part of our call. We are so blessed. So kicking it over to you.
Thank you, guys. And it's such an honor. And I love that we are committed to being leaders and believers of all the things that Liv offers. And so when we were talking, just, having fellowship and just as friends, and you guys all, asked if I would come and speak on your team, I don't take that lightly. I appreciate that. I feel like it is an honor in a sense of really when people are winning at Liv, regardless of what team you're on, we're winning. It's putting into motion what Liv embodies. And that is what I want to help you guys with. I'm going to touch on a little bit of what I spoke on if you guys saw me on the Live Live on Monday, but I'm just going to go over a couple of things for you guys about building your business. And I know you mentioned for people who are getting re-engaged, this is a great time to build your business, but it's also a time of year that we're winding down school. Kids are kind of going to be home for summer. And we as parents, if you're a parent like I am, you have to make a conscious effort about actively building your business and staying in front of people about your mission. Because if not, if you don't plan your day is just going to run you. If you don't run your day runs you. So I just want to put that out there. And I want to break it down with what we're doing here, not necessarily with Liv. We all know the mission of Liv, okay? But how you share it, and how it's going to, how your business will be impacted in a very positive way when you look at building this way. So what we're doing is we're solving a problem, and that's what entrepreneurship is, right? People that have a business is usually to solve a problem. And what I'm seeing is, let me give you an example. I love a planner. I'm a planner girl. I'm a sticker planner girl. I kind of geek out on my planner. It's like I put stickers and stuff in it. It's ridiculous. But I use this as my journal. I use it as my daily planner, and it really time blocks my day. So on days that I'm not as busy, I will sit down on Sunday and I go through my week going, okay, what am I doing each day of the week? And then the open gaping holes, the spots that are open, I will then put something in there that I want to do that's either going to help my brand. It's going to, that's going to be calling people for Liv, maybe team calls, maybe planning a training, something where I can put that into a schedule. Because I know if I don't put that in a schedule, it's going to be filled with something other and probably less productive. So time blocking is like the #1 thing for me. But with the point of like starting a gig, do you know that the person that I buy the stickers from for my planner, this is my planner for May, that I haven't filled out all the way, but I make my own stickers. But these stickers set up, there's a gal that sells these on Etsy, and this chick is killing it. She makes these stickers that are set for this planner, so I don't have to cut and paste. They're literally pull and stick. And she decided to create a side gig from the need of people like me who are geeked out about planners and will buy stickers online, to the point where she has hundreds of thousands of sales, okay, of items sold off of her site. And her turnaround time is 2 to 3 weeks. And I buy it and I sit around and wait for 2 to 3 weeks for a sticker that goes inside my planner. This just shows you that the side gig is real. Okay. And so for anyone that thinks, well, I can't do this, or who no one will like buy from me, what makes our opportunity so amazing is that this is a membership. This is something that you cannot buy on Etsy. You cannot get on Amazon. And so that's what makes it special. But I'm going to give you some quick tips. It's going to help you just kind of realign, takes all the sometimes we have all these ideas spinning in our head, and I get a lot of this from my promoters on my team. Where do I start first? Where do I start? So when we talk about solving a problem, okay, the gal, she's on Etsy solving a problem. I want my problem. I want stickers in my planner. She's solved that problem and making money doing it. We want to help people solve the problem that they are waiting until someday to do something that they should be doing. They're waiting for it to create moments. They think, it's the end all be all. I have to wait till I have the money to go and have an experience before, and what they do is they don't save. They pick something last minute because it is like, okay, we have to go do something. They book the cheapest flight, the cheapest hotel. They show up, there's mold in the hotel room, crappy service, whatever it may be, and they're mad because they didn't get the full VIP experience because they were sacrificing on the price. Mm-hmm. Liv wants to solve that problem. And so because we can't necessarily say, well, it's a savings account, what I like to tell people is, and this is like, I don't say on a public forum, but when I'm talking to people that I know that need to go on vacation or that they need to start living their life and having experiences, whatever, I will tell them, this is like a bougie layaway to have amazing VIP experiences. And so you're saving up monthly with your membership to then decide where you want to go later and then work it like a bougie layaway. And so even me saying it just now in a crappy way, the way I put that together, you still got the gist of what Liv is. So what are you saying to people that, maybe you need to change how you're saying it. But that works for me because I want people to understand what it is. We want to solve a problem. The problem is that people are waiting until someday to do something and then they do nothing. And they want to be, well, what is it? So we want to ask, what is it? And we want to solve the problem is it for me? Because this is the questions people are asking. What is it? What is it for me? And has it worked for anybody? So those three questions are really important. What is it? Is it for me? And has this worked for other people? And you as a promoter, those are things that you're going to talk about. One, what is it? What is Liv? We help turn people's bucket list into a Liv list, VIP curated experiences not found anywhere else. Is this for you? Yes, it's for you, unless you don't want to go to India or Bali or Greece or London and have, the experience and show up and have the experiences laid out for you. I think everyone does. I'm not a planner. I want to be a shower-upper. So I get to be a shower-upper. And has it worked for anyone? And so unless you're going on or you haven't pledged for anything, if you're brand new or finances hasn't, maybe you haven't saved enough coins, you're like, I don't want to do that. That's okay. What you need to do is find those who are doing that, who have posted, and utilize their testimony, their trips, their live experiences until you have one of your own. Okay? And that's how we solve that solution of, what is it? Is it for me? And what and has it worked for anybody else? And we can check all those three things right off the bat. Then we want we have to put out there an irresistible offer. Well, our offer is what I said before. It's a bucket list. We're turning that into a live list. That's a pain point. We want to touch people's pain points, and we also want to touch their pleasure points, okay? Pain point is, I will just be honest, okay? It doesn't matter if I can afford to travel or not. We can't afford to travel with, our income that we make from our other businesses. However, it's painful to drop serious money, and the thought of like paying for flights for 7 of us. Okay, we have 5 children. There's 7 of us. Or to pay for a condo or a suite that has bigger space. That's painful. Even if we're going to be driving somewhere, we're like, we have to find something that fits all of us. So that pain point was keeping us from actually going and doing experiences. And what we decided and what we learned through Live is, here's the deal. We can cut in other areas to make sure that we aren't feeling the pain to pledge and go to the experiences or have experiences of our own. Because let's face it, going above and beyond with our kids for Christmas for something that they're going to like put to the side or wear a couple times and throw in the corner of their closet is really ridiculous, considering that we can save that money, put it toward an experience, go have an amazing, 3 or 4 days at the beach, and they can pick seashells off the shore, right? And they will remember those moments forever. And so it's that mindset shift that to me is so much more valuable and so different. And that's what makes us so special about what we offer here at Live. So our irresistible offer is speaking to the pain point of, how many people do you know that have gotten sick or have passed away and they never got to go and have those experiences? You can really impact people with that because that is a pain point. And then the social proof, okay, so you have the irresistible offer, which is your pain point. You want people to like start showing them like, look, don't die with regrets. Then the social proof is your other people, post, look, I'm going to London at the end of the month. We, my husband went to Iceland. We would have never went to Iceland if it wasn't for Live. I'm sorry. Let's just be honest. There's no way in heck that I would ever book that trip on my own, ever. And with Live, we didn't think twice about it. And we were converting our pay into coins. So it turned our coins like Monopoly money, where it took the pain out of pledging. And that's what we do with Live. We take the pain out of pledging for experiences because we're building up and accruing coins each month with our membership and doing some of our pay and coin conversion. And those coins add up. They were like, where do you want to go next? We literally had that conversation. And that's why I know this model works. Because my husband, who is super, like, I'm the salesman, so it's like, I see it, I want it. Well, let's be realistic. Do we really want that? He's less impulsive. So for him to be like, where do we want to go next? We have all these coins. That shows me it works. And then last but not least, after we have our irresistible offer, we're doing a social proof, sharing these experiences, is you're going to then reach back out to them and give them a call to action. And the call to action is, they have access to our incredible platform for as low as $9 a month. So there's never should be a no. Your no should be nines. Because for $9 a month, especially when you're giving them, with their activation, it's $39 to activate an account. Okay, $9 plus a $30 activation fee. We're giving them $40 back in credits toward hotels right away. So you give me $39, I give you back $40. And then you sit back and let them think about it. And then have access to a hotel, right? So then for me, because I am actively, and we do travel a lot, I would then say, I just booked a hotel just 2 days ago for a trip in the summer. We're going to Mammoth Lakes, if you guys are familiar with, in California. It's beautiful there. And we're saving, what was it, $274 on our, with the coins, and we're saving 17% off the total rate. So then I can go into that. If you're new and you're like, I don't have any of those things, seek out those, the social proof for yourself to share with people. And then don't forget, all of this being said, you don't have to say jack. You really don't. We have a video library for you to utilize. It's at videos.meetlive.com, and it tells you everything about the main. Send them the $9 membership, because then they're like, oh, $9? You mean you have higher ones, so then you get more perks? Yes. Then you can upsell them. Start at the basic $9 and then upsell from there. And then people are like, wow, this is really a side gig? Yes. Because we see the vision of the company with thousands and thousands and thousands of people, tens of thousands of people having membership from $9 to $99 a month, going and having incredible experiences. We're booking out all these amazing trips, and that's our gig. So be less worried about who's saying no to you and be more concerned with what are you saying to them. Are you touching on a pain point? Are you showing them what's possible? Are you giving them an avenue where they can really check things off a list on their bucket list, right? And then giving them a savings plan to do so. And that's what we're doing with Live. And so when you change your verbiage and really look at it going, look, When's the last time you took a great family vacation? And when you took it, did you have a lot of fun? You're not going to be able to go and do these experiences at the same price by going themselves and just booking it straight out. We get the group and they go in and negotiate prices for us. So we get to do these things at a price that you can't just walk in on the street and have one access to or be able to do it at that price. That's what makes us special. That's what makes us unique. And it just comes down to you sharing it with enough people to give feedback and then tweak your approach based on the person and what they're wanting. Remember, we're here to solve a problem. So ask people, what is keeping you from getting a membership with Live? And sit back and let them answer you. What we do is, let me tell you all these things and try and sell them and how great it is. Sometimes people just don't want to be sold. So we need to ask them, what is keeping you from getting a membership? Do you not want to travel? Do you not have anything on your bucket list? People have it. They just need to shift their mindset thinking, okay, I can do this. This is possible. It's very overwhelming for people. It's not a no, not right now. They just need to have some more explanation, a little bit more facts, maybe a video, and you just there to help them work through that problem. So with that, I want to open that up for questions you guys might have. And I also wanted to show you that I just got my book in hardback. And so this is what my book looks like. It's called Fully Shift. And I believe they want to put together a fun contest so someone can earn a signed copy of a book. So I'm going to turn it over to your amazing leaders and let them, close it up or open it up for questions. So Angela, I'm going to turn it over to you, babe.
Lindsey, thank you. And I want to
behavioral health admission.
I just want to throw this out there that a lot of times in this industry, it's always, fulfilling a need, connecting from a pain point. And I really like that you said, yes, go that route, but there's also that pleasure point. And that's something that's different because, you can always try and find and listen in anybody's story. There's going to be that pain point, but also try and pull out that pleasure point. And, for the new people that are on this call, you don't have to have had an experience yet. Get pledged, get to Vegas. You can talk about that experience that's coming up. That's your excitement. And then you've got the stories of everybody that's on this team that you can share, who's been on experiences. So, that's the FOMO that we can create in this industry, which is, I believe separates us from every other industry out there is that, we really do truly have what all the other industries are trying, it's usually their trip for their leaders, right? And this is what our members, our promoters, anybody can go on. So I like that connecting even from a pleasure point because it doesn't always have to be pulled from a pain point.
And I have to.
It makes it low. It makes it low vibration when you're like, well, so and so didn't get to live. It comes like, let's make this fun. And let me just ask add on top of what Steve said about Vegas. For those of you who are new and have not been, we went last year for Live. It blew my mind. I go to Vegas a couple times a year. Okay, it's not far from us. It's an hour flight from us. It's cheap. We go there all the time. Dance competitions were there every year since I was 21, going there every year. I did more things in 3 days I had never done, had access to, even knew existed. And it was from Live. So I'm not joking when I say pledged and get to Vegas. It will blow your mind.
Totally. We had so much fun in Vegas as well. And like you said, Lindsey, you just do things in a race car and zip lining, like crazy things that I never thought were even available in Vegas. You think of Vegas, you think gambling, right? Or swimming at the pool. But I wanted to, in terms of your book, so I wanted to ask everybody here if they kind of raise your hand or even comment and let us know, number one, if you're following Lindsey Curry, because this is huge, you guys. She's our top leader. She's a platinum in the company, and she was actually our first platinum in the company, which is huge. If you are not following her, you 100%. If you want to build this business as a promoter, please follow her on her page. She had mentioned if you've never taken an experience, use social proof. And so on her page, as Lindsey was just mentioning, she's going to Mammoth Mountains. Is that what it's called? Mammoth Mountains?
Mammoth Lakes, yeah.
Mammoth Lakes Mountains, same thing.
The Kardashians go there to ski, and it's real bougie.
Cardi B. I mean, you
know.
She has an awesome post on her page from a couple days ago about the savings that she has saved with the Live Travel. So the contest that we're going to offer, if you have not gone on an experience, or even if you have gone on an experience, creatively use Lindsey's post and share it on your timeline. And the first person that will share this post or creatively use her post, can we tag you, Lindsey?
Yeah.
Okay. Tagging Lindsey in the post will win a free book from Lindsey. So make sure you tag Steve and I, tag Lindsey. You'll win her book. It's super cool. And so, Lindsey, I think you're actually going to sign this book for them, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys, this is super cool. Who doesn't want holy shift? I mean, holy shit, shift.
Same difference.
Okay.
That's what we're doing, right? We're changing.
So
shifting the shit. Book number 2.
That's it. Wait, what is it?
I said shifting the shit. Book number 2.
I love it. I love it. She just gave you a plug.
I'm just kidding.
So you guys, so you need to do a couple things. You need to follow Lindsey. You need to tag Steve, myself, and Lindsey in a post. Either share her post where she made her savings, or creatively make it your own. You can talk about how a friend or a leader of your company just had these savings. Definitely be creative about it, and make it into your own, that really targets your audience, because your audience may not be Lindsey's audience. So, you really want to bring her into it, but again, creatively make it your own. So, tag us, and then the first person who does that will win a book. Super cool. Does anyone have any questions for Lindsey? Don't all speak at the same time.
And not only that, though, as people so we have a London trip coming up. So anything I post that's public, you guys can share it. So if you're following me and we're friends on Facebook, or on Instagram, you can share what I post, because it's the leverage. You're leveraging my experience. If you want to go back, I probably should find I did an Iceland album. So my photos, you can go to my albums, and it's public, and it's Iceland. And so you can see the things that we did and be like, they're these people, they're in Live, and we went through Live. And so that's what we want social proof of. And that's all we're doing, is having the experiences and sharing them for you guys to leverage for your own stories. And that's what we do. Anything that I ever post, you can rip off and repeat. I post it knowing that that's what happens anyway. But I really want people at Live knowing that. And the last few months, because I was doing my book tour, gearing up for my book to launch, it was less Live for a reason, because I was just putting my book. And then as we get back into, now I'm posting more about Live moments and having those things, just because I needed that moment. So if you're looking for something specific, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But the last couple months, honestly, I haven't, because of the book. But now, and just so you know, my book actually quotes the co-founders, Blake Mellon and Nick Sarnicola, in them. They're the elements and things I have been doing with Live. It's basically how I was living my life, but now I have a term for it. Thanks to Blake Mellon, created the Shift the Script, and I talk about that as a shift in my life. And I shifted so many things already, but it was just being in this company that really solidified my lifestyle. And you guys, when you're part of a movement, you're pioneering something, people will look at you like you're crazy. They will look at you like it won't work. They will look at you going, what are you doing? But that's our job, is to answer those 3 questions. What is it? It's Live. Is it for me? This is for everyone. Everyone should be living this lifestyle and have this mindset. and has worked for anybody. And if it hasn't, you're new and you haven't had those experiences, you're sharing others until you have your own. Let's keep it simple, because the simplicity of it is what makes it duplicatable. When I say duplicatable, meaning systems work, but no one has my story or as me. I can't post. Angela posted something really amazing today, and I was like, I just can never post that because I'm not her, but it's so great. I'm like, I might as well share it, right? So these are really great posts, but so you don't have to think that you have to come up and recreate the wheel. But if something resonates with you and you impact your followers, then share it. And that's the beauty of social media. Take full advantage of that. I'm giving you permission to utilize my stuff. And that's how we do that in the community, is to help your business grow, but also bring awareness and eyeballs that, look, what we're doing works and we're having a great time doing it. You should join us.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Does anyone, you guys, I have to, I feel a fire in my belly right now. We have the number one leader on the call. Number one, like platinum, number one. You have to take advantage of this. Does anyone have anything that they want to add or any questions? I see Adrian. I see Marsha going like this. Speak up.
Hey guys. Hey, it's Douglas.
Hi.
I have a question for you, Lindsey. So on Instagram, I only use like my personal page, but do you suggest using a business page? Because I get a lot of I'm getting a lot of followers and stuff, but no one really connected.
And I am, and I invest a lot of my money and time into trainings and seeing where the shift is going with Instagram. And one thing that they're saying and preaching right now to everyone is that they need to ditch, have like a themed account. Your themed account will get eyeballs on it. So if you have, I'm a full believer in not having multiple. I have multiple businesses, so I have multiple accounts. But I'm even thinking about like the aesthetic of it. So I'm going to use you as an example. You could be posting live stuff or just travel, like pictures of exotic places that you want to go. Okay. And think of it lifestyle. Like it could be people in the pool. It could be a couple, having breakfast, like with the jungle all around. I see these pictures. I'm like, I want that. Like, I want to do that. Where's the bug spray? And I'm there, but I still want to do it. And then in your stories, you have the personal connection. In your stories is where you post, you're in talk about your life, post about your family, what you're doing on the daily, because people will gravitate to the aesthetic look of your Instagram feed, but then they get to know you in the stories. So that's my tip. That's like the number one tip right now, because people, they're even trying to change the way that we look at pictures in people's feeds, because it's less of this. People are now gravitating to go to the swipe. And so that's why stories is so popular. I don't watch TV. I watch Game of Thrones. And once it's over, what am I doing? I'm back to watching my Instagram stories. I find myself wasting time doing it. It's that addicting. So if you're not on the Instagram train, get there, do an aesthetically pleasing, bright colors, fun, bucket list places, but then get to know the real you, talk on there, show pictures of your kids in your stories for people that want to know you, because that's what they're really watching. But they will click and like you if they like the pictures you're posting on your feed. That's from the experts. I'm no expert on that. I just follow a bunch and they're all saying the same thing. So moving forward, you might want to transition into that.
Good stuff.
Good question, Doug. Yeah, we actually have, Angie and I each have an Instagram, but then we also have an Instagram that's just called Barefoot Hustle, and it's more of our lifestyle and travel and all of that, and they all kind of link back into each other. So I would definitely suggest have, an interest page as well.
So I have a question related to that. So Facebook has got all the Facebook stories and all of that as well. We'd be doing the same thing on Facebook.
So you can do what you should be doing is the Instagram stories. If you post on there, you can literally have it connected to your Facebook. So that way, when you put the story on Instagram, it will automatically feed to your Instagram, your Facebook stories. You're doing the work once and you're getting it on platforms. So take advantage of that, of linking that and doing it. Mine doesn't right now because I'm a pain in my own butt, and I set up a public account, and for whatever reason now it's hooked up to my public account that no one follows. It gets all my goods. So I have to manually go and add. And before I was, and just for reference, I was doing stories on Facebook when it first came out. I was getting like 2 views, 5 views. And I was like, forget it. I don't have time for this. It's too much work for me because it wasn't automatically feeding. I started back doing it 2 weeks ago, and now I'm getting like 100 views, 200 views. And so more and more are looking at the stories for the swipe versus value versus, and same on Instagram, then scrolling up and down through pages on Facebook. So you're smart to do both. Any other questions on social media stuff?
Larry had a question.
No, I had a question. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Marcia. How are you?
Good. Looking forward to meeting you in Vegas. Woohoo! I just have a question. Sorry, it's not about social media, but it is about curating local events.
Creating what?
Curating the local events.
Okay.
You do a lot of that during your ride.
I did. I was in home. So when we hit platinum, I say we because it's a team thing, but we were in homes a lot, and I was on Zooms a lot. But we were all pioneering it. People did not know what Live was. They're like, what is it? And I will be 100% dead honest. When I first sat down with Nick Sarnicola and talked about it, me and my husband left. I'm like, this sounds amazing. Yes, I'm going to do it. And then when I picked up the first 5 phone calls, I didn't even know how to explain it. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be great. I could not even put it into words. That's how overwhelmed it was at first. So just know, if you're brand new and you're like, I don't even know where to start, it's okay. You're not alone. So with that, when you're doing meetups, it could be come over a potluck or do a book club. We're doing, I have people that are doing a book club within, and then they're also talking about Live, or they're talking about their other business. I have people doing a book club that are not even in Live business. They're like Beachbody or whatever. They're doing something. But that's a meetup. Anytime you're getting together for a social aspect with the intention of, I'm going to talk to you about what Live is, then that's considered a meetup. And we want to get people connected. The main focus of Live when it started was people are so disconnected. They're all about going to Netflix. They're all about, they just get stuck and caught up in whatever their kids are doing, and they've lost touch with just being out and about with like-minded people doing fun things. And so they want to bring those into we're looking for people that want to host things. There's a lot of people out there that need that fellowship. I think of it like, just as you would have a church group, or you have brunch, or you have go bowling. And so that fellowship, that camaraderie, that's building communities to get them back collective again, saying, hey, how about, you're going to have people that are like, hey, once a month we get together and go bowling. Then once a month we get together and we're going to go putt golf and take the kids to the, the area that has all the fun things. And all of a sudden you come back as a group again, whether it's going to here in California, we go to the lake, I grew up every weekend with a bunch of families on the lake. Those same families are like, hey, we upgrade your membership and start building up your account, your coins, so that we plan on going to Napa in November. I'm going to Napa in November, so that's why I'm saying Napa in November. And I'm like, so you can save up money, and which is in your coins, to use to pay for your experience by November. And that's a casual, if I'm going anyway, I hang out with these people, my kids play with their kids. Why not have the adults go and let's have a Napa weekend? And then it's not until November, and then they can save for it, and we get to show up and have all these things done for us. I could sell that all day long because I'm sold myself. But the problem is when you're not talking to people about it, or you're not out in social means to doing it, that's why the social aspect of the Live meetup is so important, because then you're not cold calling your friends that I haven't talked to you in 5 years, but do you want to go to Napa? Then that's not the same as hey guys, who wants to go to Napa? You know what I'm saying? So think about these local experiences as a way just to stay connected again. And people are lonely and they want to have connection and they want to go and do things with people. And that will solve a lot of issues or hangups or, you know, and here's the deal. It's easy to say, or just reach out to someone saying, hey, I want to put a group together and we'll have like even have a movie night, or we go have a cocktail and walk across the street and go to the movie theater where I live, and just get a group of people to go do that. Or have a cookie night, have a potluck night. And so it's less like painful of like trying to pitch someone to come like to a meeting. Have it as like, we're going to have a social event, but I do want to talk to you about Live. And if you make it more casual, that'll be easier for you than to just try and call someone. And as you know, just the difference of why it's important to build that. And it's a muscle. The stronger the muscles, the more you work it, right? The more you're having these social experience, the easier it is. And I have people that come in going, well, I'm a social curator, you know, by trade. I do have people on my team that's what they do for a living. And they're like, how does this benefit me? If I'm putting it on the platform, I'm paying a percentage. But if I were just to go out and have this experience, I said, yeah, but here's the difference. If I didn't meet you through Live, I would have never came, because even though I'm an extrovert, I'm also an introvert. And I'm one of those that like, nothing makes me more happy than canceled plans. That's me. So the fact that it's Live actually got my butt to even show up. I wouldn't even have shown up. And then once I'm like, I walk into parties and things, I'm not joking. I do not invite family to my own kids' birthday parties because I don't want to deal with people. But yet I love being out in front of people. You know what I'm saying? So it takes the socially anxiety, awkward people and it gets them out, and they're actually willing to do it because there's like a theme, and I feel comfortable knowing that it's Live. So that's where my mind was working, and that really worked for my team too. And once I explained it to her, the curator, she's like, okay, good point. Because I'm like, how did I meet you? It's through Live. I've seen your stuff online. I haven't come to one thing. I've been to your last 3. You're welcome. Yeah. It's true. Anything else?
I think Adrian had a question.
I'm actually good that took the social media questions from, honestly, every question that I can think of, it's like already just answered. But do you think there's any other social media platform that I should use besides Instagram and Facebook? I mean, there is Twitter, there's Snapchat, you recommend those?
Well, here's the deal. The only social media platform that's worthwhile right now is the one that you're willing to sit your butt on and cultivate relationships with people at. Absolutely. So I could say, oh yeah, blanket this and blanket Twitter and all that. And like I can push, Instagram as soon as it posts to Instagram and have it hit to my Twitter as well. Unless I'm cultivating a following there, no one's gonna grab it. So I would recommend LinkedIn before I would Twitter.
Okay.
So I would do that. Unless you're going to spend time on that platform cultivating relationships with people, you're throwing stuff out there for no one to see it. Then you're fighting with all the other billion people that are putting up stuff that have like followings. So I would my recommendation is I convert more from Facebook than I do on Instagram. Okay, so I'm putting more time into Instagram because there's a new demographic, and I've actually have connected with some really great people that I would have never found on Facebook. So because you're just because of the Explore page, you're constantly kind of seeing new things, and what's grabbing me, guys, is the picture. So really, I run a test, like do. One day in a day, if you post, say there's 3 pictures, 1, 2, 3, the grid goes 3. You're going to do 1 personal. So that's what I've been trying to do is 1, I'm doing a quote from my book. Next one, I'm doing something of my children, something that with me and the kids, or the kids only, with them. And then the third is like a throwback, like an 80s or 90s funny meme thing, because those things bring me joy. So I'm doing those in order. I'm trying to keep it in a sense to like there's some kind of rhythm going, and I'm testing it out. But for those who like, because we want to focus on like the travel, when I'm posting things about like the bucket list things, these beautiful beachside things, or these mountainous like mountains in Switzerland, right? People are like, ooh, and on over it. So you can post those pictures to get people to like it, and then maybe they'll stick around and follow because they like the way the social media looks. But meanwhile, you get to know them by talking or posting things on your stories on Instagram. I think that to me, that's what I've been doing, and I actually like it. And I've actually found some really incredible links of people for it that are like now following me, and they're connected, and then I can then drip on them for Live, even though they're coming to me from my book. Do you see what I'm doing here?
Yeah, I would have to second that. I mean, it's wherever you're going to put your time, wherever you're going to be consistent. I don't think there's one better than the other. Instagram is definitely hot right now. I personally have more traction from Facebook, but I know that that's where I need to transition to. And stories is huge. So whichever stories is what's going to make you more relatable. Not that you're hiding behind a post, but a post is going to draw your attraction marketing, but people are going to relate with your personality, and they're going to get that up from your story. So I would 100% agree. I mean, there is no right or wrong. It's just really wherever you're going to spend the time to create and have relationships with is the right place to be.
Mm-hmm. And it's consistent, you guys. We're marketers. That's your business. So you have to be marketing. Think of your network as your net worth. Who are you networking with? And if you're sitting behind a keyboard all day, unless you're attracting like really, and think of people. So Instagram is younger. Like I think of my dancers, really younger teens to like, mid 20s. Who is your ideal demographic? And so it's older on Facebook, and those are the people that are actually like, I want to invest in this. So I'm gonna be, I think Facebook for us as Live as a collective is really great, unless you're posting these dynamic pictures on Instagram to convert people to like, hey, do you want to go on these trips? But I think Facebook's where it's at, because they can tell a story, but attracting people for what we do and getting people used to the idea of Live moments, bucket list items would be for Instagram. I can just convert more from Facebook. And here's the deal. If you're maxed out on friends or haven't maxed out on friends, you need to seek out women, groups, men groups to talk about networking. Find new people to add to your business or to your page every day. So think about 10 a day, 2 in play, 10 new connections a day on social media, or you're out in these social events and networking. You think I want to go to these teas and all these fundraisers and things? No, but it's networking. I'm not going to build my network if I'm sitting at home watching stories on Instagram, right? You have to get out there and network with people. And that's what we do as networkers, right? And so when you start doing more of that and then showing people great experiences, or putting in there, this is on my list, this is where I'm going to go, this is where Liv's, and then say, Liv's going to Greece, this sold out, they have another one opening up, like, if you're interested in that, let me know, like, offer that. Don't let people look at your page. Here's my last tip for this. Look at your page and look at your posts as if you have your fresh perspective, like you don't know who you are. If you didn't know who you were and you're reading your page, would you get a full on example, or would you know deep down what you stood for, who you stood for, what you do for a living, and how you can help me? Because if that is not clear on your page, then you need to start posting based on what's in it for me as the viewer. I say, what's in it for me as I'm a potential client of yours. I'm a potential promoter of yours. I'm a potential consumer of yours. What's in it for me? What do you have that you're offering, and how's that going to benefit me? So we go back to, what is it? Is it for me? And has it worked for anyone else? And if you're answering those 3 questions on a consistent basis, then you're marketing to people. If you're kind of slapping some stuff up there and not really being methodical about what you're doing, you're going to kind of sort of get results.
Lindsey, can you repeat that again? That was powerful. You had said stood for.
So so if you want to know who you are, what you stand for, who you stand with, and what you're offering.
I love it. Oh my God, I love that. You guys, that was awesome.
That came out of the ether. I don't know where that came from, but there you go.
Yeah, but girl, that came from the fire in your belly. That was awesome. Put that in your second book.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna we appreciate your time so much. I do want to ask you one closing question for the team, because a lot of us have really, a lot of the people on our team, they're so they've got that fire in the belly, and they're really working very, very hard to hit that next level in their ranking. And I really want to motivate them. So through your challenges, through your successes, through your failures, what has motivated you and really driven you to be a self-made 7-figure income earner, our platinum runner, our top leader? What has really been that fire in your belly to hit that level in this business?
I think it becomes, it's more about, for me, the success as it comes with significance. So regardless of a point, we invest in a lot of things. So it's not like I'm sitting around with all this money sitting in my pocket. We have it like put into all these different things. But success for me needs to come with significance. I know to create that income that I know that I had to help a lot of families and help them create income for their own family. And so when that motivates, that's what motivates me. It's going on experiences and having a moment where someone said, thank you so much for playing Pretty Woman while we were in a tour van down the streets in LA. And they took us on this like tour bus of like all the different homes, and and I was sitting up front, and I'm like, can I play the music? Because I wanted to play a soundtrack for when we were going through the places. I guess they did that already, but I thought I was only thought of it for the first time. So I had it plugged into my phone, and and now we're going down the streets of Beverly Hills. This is where they filmed Pretty Woman. And I put on Pretty Woman song, right? It's like, da-na-na-na-na, Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison. And I had a grown man cry. A grown man. Later come to me with tears in his eyes. He goes, that is my favorite movie of all time. My dream is to go to New York and watch them on Broadway. Pretty Woman is my favorite, okay? And I will never forget this trip because of what you just did. That was the like one of the most amazing moments of my life. You guys, like, he was thanking me. I was just being a jack, and putting in my phone and being like, let's play Skid Row when we're going downtown. Like, I was like trying to be, because I love music, and that impacted him so much. That is significant to me. That's success for me. So that drive of knowing that I'm part of people's moments, that they're a time in their life when they're checking things off their list, and they're like, and then that Yahoo Lindsey was, doing stupid stuff and making me laugh until like I was crying. Like, that was a good time. Like, they associate me with their bucket list things. That's why I love Live. That's why I love what we're doing. The income is means to an end. It's money is just energy, and it's when you put your energy into things. Where you put they say where your attention, money will flow where your attention goes. All things flow where your intention goes. And just knowing that I'm impacting people on a pleasure point versus a pain point makes my whole life. And that is the goal. That's like what I want to do, is have people think of something great in their life and go, yeah, and then that crazy Lindsey Curry did something and it would just made us all laugh. Dude, that's day made. I know that's like not probably something you're thinking is like the ideal like reason of why I do what I do, but it has to be impactful, and it has to be significant, and the money will then flow from that, and just to increase what I'm already doing right now, and that's just to travel more, live more, and have a life by design. I can go to take me and my husband. He does not, we are home together during the day. We don't have to, we work together. We can go Costco on a Tuesday because at any time of the dates we want. It's that time freedom, and that's why I work hard for that. But it's taken me a lot of years to do it. This is not overnight, guys. This is something that we're building over time, and knowing that if you put in do the right steps and you put the time behind it with the intentionality of building your network and impacting people along the way, the money will come. It's being patient and becoming the person that you need to be, which is the next level of yourself, while you're on the track of reaching that next income level, that next rank structure, that next level that you want to be. It requires you to change and grow with it. And it's painful. It's isolating. You will feel lonely. You will want to quit. But it could be worse. It could not have access to what we're doing or know about Live and be living. I mean, you can honestly say that you know what Live stands for. It has completely like sparked a light bulb moment, an aha moment in your life. And just think where you'd be if you didn't have that. What would you be doing if you didn't know about it? And that right there should be motivation enough to stick with it, because you see the visionary aspects behind this and you have the belief. Now it's our job to go out there and promote it and speak with conviction with what we love about it to help others have that same aha moment. And once you do that, it's game over.
I love it.
I seriously want to reach to the screen and just grab your cheeks and kiss you and squeeze them.
You guys, here's the thing too, is that how many of you guys on this call already, Adrian, I know you have, I mean, people have had firsts already.
Yeah.
And when you're nervous to reach out to people, hold that posture and know that you truly have a gift to be able to be giving to people. I mean, so many of you on this call already have already done firsts that you've never already been able to do. That's powerful. That should give you the motivation of what you need to be able to go and reach out, because, you know, yes, you're going to get no's. Yes, you're going to have, you've got to stick to it. You're going to have your ups and downs, but know that you have a gift to be able to create moments for people. And that's huge. That's more important than anything. So Lindsey,
so awesome.
Thank you so much. You rocked it. Thank you for giving us some time tonight. We will see you in Vegas, if not sooner. And we truly appreciate your time and your leadership.
So awesome.
Oh, well, I adore you guys. I would say I only do it for you and your team, but don't tell other people that. But
we're not going to say
I mean, I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of biased to you guys. Yeah, Angie, Steve, thank you for having me. I hope you guys got value from this. And I can't wait to see who wins the book. And they're so precious. I've never seen those girls in Cancun. They're precious.
You remember her?
Hi. No, she was crying.
No, she remembers you. She's like, yeah, she's the lady that took the sand out of my eye.
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so just so you guys know, I did not know that he was dad. And she was crying, and I literally ripped her out of his arms to attend to her with sand in her eye. The mom and me went, I was like, I don't know who you are, but this baby's crying. I need to step in. And I was like, we're getting water. And I was like, oh, that's your child. I'm sorry. My mom. I went mom on him.
No, yeah, you did. I love that. No, I appreciate it.
Like, she's crying. I got to fix it. You guys are great. Well, you take care. I will log off. If you guys have any questions, you always, put something, post something, but go out and share the joy that this has brought to you, and the belief of what joy you expect for it to come, because, we say speak what you seek until you see what you said. So if you speak it, it becomes real. Write it down. It becomes real. But when you believe it and you take the action steps over time, it becomes real. And it's all there. We're just not coming up with fluff. Like, this is a real, legit, amazing opportunity. It's up to us to keep promoting it and sharing it. And so that's your job. That's your job, right? We get to promote experiences. I mean, it's such a rough job. So rough. Like, it's just so hard. It's not hard, but we as humans fear that people are going to say no. We're fearful of their judgment. We're fearful, will this work? But deep down, it's your fear that keeps you stuck. Let today be the first day that you're like, I'm done with fear. Fear is now my homeboy. I now have zero fear on that. I have utmost belief, because your belief will get you to step into rooms and into DMs and into phone conversations with people that you never knew existed, because before you would have never touched because of fear.
Yeah.
Belief will take you to the next level. You guys just all have to believe. So with that, I'm logging off. I have a call actually with Blake Mallon's. Oh yes, he called. So I have a call with him to go over some stuff, and it was great chatting with you guys. I hope
You're awesome. Thank you.
Success. Keep me posted, and we'll hopefully get more people excited and rocking when I'm going to London. Share away. So.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, Lindsey.
Lindsey.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Lindsey.
Thanks for speaking on.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Steve, appreciate you guys.